Well, hello, hyperspace. My name is Davontos, and it's time to get hyped because we have a lot of news that a big event is coming to Overwatch next Tuesday on the 11th, April 11th. Now, this isn't confirmed, it's all just speculation, but rumors going around is going to be a PvE mode. Now, a PvE mode is going to play out similar to Junkenstein's Revenge from Halloween, basically players versus AI, and that's something a lot of people have been asking about. But also confirmed, there is going to be a lot of skins for numerous heroes. Now, we can pretty much confirm something for Tracer, because, well, Tracer is the protagonist of Overwatch, and why not? Rumors going around that Widowmaker is going to get something special, McCree is going to get something, Zenyatta is going to get something, and I believe Zarya isn't going to get anything for this event on April 11. However, shortly after, Zarya will get a really nice skin, which is probably going to be a legendary skin, but all this isn't really confirmed yet. This is just, speculation, and because Jeff Kaplan, the guy who runs Overwatch, he was interviewed, and, well, he dropped a couple of clues here and there, and as Blizzard tends to drop clues on almost everything, all this is just fan speculation. Now, with this PvE event, it's said to take place after or before, I believe it's before, the cinematic short Alive. Now, the cinematic short Alive was the one that featured Widowmaker and Tracer, and Widowmaker assassinated the Omnic. It's said that this is going to take place, I think it was before Alive. And if that's the case, and it's taking place before Alive, I believe Alive was actually one of the earlier Overwatch cinematics, and I'm not too familiar with the Overwatch lore, but Alive was one of the first Overwatch missions that Tracer took part in. I'm not too sure. But if all this speculation is true, then that pretty much means that this Junkenstein's Revenge-like game mode, this PvE mode, is going to be a story that takes place before Overwatch was shut down 7 years ago, something like that. I'm not too sure, but for whatever reason, it's going to be hopefully going to be a PvE mode. It's going to have loads of skins, as every event does, and if that's the case, make sure you stack up on your coins so you can, buy them skins out of them loot boxes. I mean, if you don't get them from the loot boxes, so you can buy your skins. That means, play some competitive, because you get loot boxes faster there. That means play those arcade games, win those 3 games, get your loot box, and so on, until you win all 9, and try not to spend your coins until you actually see what skins this main event has on April 11th. So aside from this Overwatch event that's taking place on April 11th, I actually want to talk to you guys about this interview that Jeff was in. Now, he was asked a lot of questions on what do you think about Genji, and what are your ideas for future heroes, and of course he can't actually go out in public and say what the next hero would be, but he was actually bringing up a lot of ideas on, test heroes that they had back at the office. And one of them, he said, was actually this cat in a jetpack. And I know that sounds completely ludicrous and just plain up ridiculous, or whatever you want to call it, but he said that this cat was on a jetpack, it was flying around, you actually see his paws fidgeting around the controllers, and he said it was just some fun the guys were having up in the office. And I know the internet, and we all know how the internet takes to cats, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted to see this cat on the jetpack, so I wouldn't be too surprised if it gets so much positive feedback that this superhero cat in the jetpack winds up being a future hero. I also want to talk about Doomfist. Now, we don't know who the next Overwatch hero is going to be. We know that April is going to be for this event, and this event is going to probably last to the beginning of next month, May. And because, most events start within the middle of the first month and end in the beginning of the second. So April is the April 11th event, going to carry over probably to the beginning of May. And then there's probably going to be something minor on May, maybe a new level or something, but come, I believe, June or the end of May is the first anniversary of Overwatch, which kind of gives me thinking this would be the perfect time to launch Doomfist. I mean, they started with the first cinematic short, which had those 2 kids in museum, and it featured Doomfist Gauntlet, so why not for the first anniversary of Overwatch, they give us Doomfist? It makes perfect sense. Now, if this is actually true, this is just like my speculation right now, but if they actually were to take this approach, then that would mean Doomfist would come around May or June, maybe? And it actually goes on par with everything that they've been doing. They've been giving us a character, and then an event, and then a new level, and they continue that same cycle. So we had Orisa, then the next event is going to be on the 11th, and then the next thing is going to be a new level, followed by a new hero, which would probably be in June. So if everything syncs up, we actually might get Doomfist on June, assuming, my speculation and my theory is true. Then I'm kind of curious on how Doomfist would work, because they've actually been preparing multiple heroes for Doomfist. I mean, we know that Doomfist has this shockwave in his gauntlet, like the kid used in the movie to punch Widowmaker, and Widowmaker went flying. You can kind of see that, like, fire his concussion grenade. So You have Orisa who can counter that, you have Reinhardt's barrier, and they even kind of patched up a couple of other barriers like Zarya's bubble. Before, she used to get knocked back when she was in her bubble. She doesn't get knocked back anymore, which means they're kind of patching up heroes to be a counter for some kind of shockwave ability. And if everything's kind of pointing to Doomfist, I'm not too sure. But all this is just speculation, so remember, stack up your coins and get ready for April 11th to see what's happening in that new event. And if you like this video, punch that like button with a mighty force. You can follow me up on Twitter at DavantosMan. And as always, I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a nice day.